wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Good to see y'all here.
Happy Tuesday, Kevin.
Yeah, this is all good. I taste Lysol in the air. Somebody spraying Lysol
I
or
did.
something?
I came through here and sprayed Lysol on everything.
Yeah, I just opened my mouth to talk and I'm like, it tastes like Lysol. What is that?
I sprayed everybody's microphone.
Okay.
Just because I came in here and I smelled something weird, and then I smelled my microphone. I don't know if it's my breath or some other joker's been in here using my microphone, but then it gets in my head that somebody's been in here using our studio, and so I have to spray everything, all the surfaces, all the microphones, all the keyboards. So yeah, everything over there is going to be slick.
You like stank breath microphone?
Mine stank. Yours stank the other day. I smelled yours and I was like, brr.
Everything on from the floors to the counter.
I think it's normal. I think if you talk into a microphone a lot, they catch a lot of your bacteria from your mouth, unfortunately.
The other thing, too, is people are using our studio. We know that for a fact. It's proven. Things have been stolen. It's all been documented. There's an investigation going on.
So can we play the stinkiest mic game? Guess who's got the stinkiest mic on the show?
Not now, because they smell good.
I just tried to clean them, but...
All right. Sounds like fun activity.
I'll tell you what a do-it bitch punishment should be. Someone should lick the carpet. I mean, this carpet is so...
How dare you?
We have to get this tiled or something, which would be great for the microphones.
Acoustics.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
It's been through a lot.
Maybe it just needs a good mopping.
It's been through a lot.
It has been through a lot, but it continues to go through a lot. So do we replace it, or do we just keep making this one filthy?
I don't think they plan on revamping this studio until we're gone.
And that's a good move.
Yeah.
I don't judge them for it.
I don't either.
No, it's the right choice.
We play a little hard.
We don't deserve nice things.
We spill.
That's
we
true.
get wet.
Or we just have one of those kind of carpets where it's made of Velcro and you just keep on taking it out.
That's a good thing. Yeah, like they put down at the gymboree for the little kids that pee and poop and vomit.
It gets a little expensive. But...
Well, if you want to see our rundown, dilapidated, stinky studio and our bad-smelling microphones, you can see it right now. Sounds so nice in here, doesn't it?
You've painted the picture of sexy.
Yeah.
Did you clean all the microphones?
I did. I sprayed all of them.
The guest one, too?
Yep.
Okay, Virginia's on it.
I trust no one.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep this a germ-free bubble.
Ooh. It smells so... It's like a lemony, kind of like a Lysol-y.
But this is the man that loves the smell of Pine Sol and might drink it if we let him.
Lick your mic, dude. All right, jump on to YouTube right now. You can watch us there on KVJ TV.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it certainly sucks to get older, and you don't have to tell anybody on social media, especially the girls from the Sex and the City reboot. Oh my gosh, they are catching so much heat. Everybody that's a troll is commenting on how they've aged and how they don't look great and how, oh, wow, they should have had some work done before the reboot.
Which once told me don't read the comments.
Kristen Davis is commenting about how she just was left feeling shocked and angry. She says, every time I go on social media, I'm shocked and angry. Now, I just don't look at it. I know it's there, but I will no longer look at it because it leaves me feeling angry.
Yeah, this is relatively a change since the last time they were on and popular, right? Social
Yes.
media wasn't nearly what it is now, if anything.
And she's 56.
Right.
So, you know, our faces change, and we get the wrinkles, and our bodies change, and it's a part of life is aging.
If you age in the public eye, people will tell you. It's just the way it's just the way it goes. Know when you go into the public eye, that's what's going to happen.
And unfortunately for her, you know, she was hot, 15 years ago, and kind of hasn't done that much. But now she's hot again. So it's like you're back front and center, and everybody's like, "Ugh, you've aged. How dare you?"
Oh, you're saying it, you're hot. You've got the hot ticket right now. Oh,
yes.
you got the shine. Everyone's
She's
talking about it.
everywhere. Everybody's talking about the Sex and the City reboot. So
now, I got to tell you, you, the first 2 episodes were highly depressing.
Really?
A next level depression. Yeah, they were heavy, man.
What about the clothes?
I thought a lot of them honestly looked terrible. I think high-end fashion's honestly awful.
I watched for the clothes. Kim Kardashian announced in an Instagram post yesterday that she passed the baby bar. Remember, this was the thing we heard about a few months ago, that she was trying and trying. It was her 4th attempt, but yes, after putting in 10-hour days and 4-hour Zooms with her coaches, she finally passed the baby bar. Mm-hmm. And no one in
Baby
here
bar
cares.
The baby bar. It sounds like what I have in hotel rooms.
And Dr. Oz, you know, he's not going to be able to have his syndicated talk show on in some major markets because he is running for public office. And the rule is, if you let somebody run for public office, you have to give equal time on the TV stations to everybody. You have to offer it to them. And so they would have to offer every candidate a Dr. Oz type hour-long show.
Yeah.
And they can't do that.
And they're making him drop the doctor too.
They
He
are.
can't say doctor for some reason, and he's upset about it. He's saying he's being picked on.
So wait, I thought he was a real doctor.
I don't know what it's about because I'm not into this world, but I guess I don't know what it is. But he's bitching about it.
Wow.
All right,
The
let's
Inquirer hates that I'm empowering you, hates that I'm taking on some of the established folks, hates that the entrepreneurial solutions that I'm offering might make sense, and they don't like that I say what I see, so they want to silence me. And I tell you, it is shocking that it would make them that uncomfortable this early in my campaign, but I think it's reflective of the movement we represent.
Well, they're trying to cancel you. I saw your Twitter. That's what you said.
Why would the Inquirer get involved in this process? Why would they not want to call me Dr. Oz? Everyone knows I'm Dr. Oz, but they don't think it's the right thing to do. They think it gives me an unfair advantage.
Huh. So even though he is a doctor, they think that he should not use doctor, or they shouldn't call him doctor because it makes him sound smarter and more esteemed.
I mean,
Is
but
that
he
what his
is.
argument is?
I mean, if the man went to medical school and earned the title,
Yeah.
shouldn't he be allowed to use it?
I'd think so. If I went through all that, I'd be like, come on, give me my respect.
This is odd. And good luck to anybody going against him. You're going to lose.
Do you think?
There's no way you beat Dr. Oz in anything.
Really?
I don't know about that.
I think he will win.
Okay, really?
You're putting too much. I think you are putting too much.
Mark my word.
You've been dabbling in politics a little bit on the side here, Virginia? You get a little
Nope.
bit more into it?
I only dabble in the dirt, and I only dabble in the goofy vote.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling you, the goofy vote will vote for him.
Do you know if he's running in a red or a blue area?
I think it's Pennsylvania. He's running for Senate as a Republican in Pennsylvania.
I saw a map one time and it was colored blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz is going to win.
Okay.
Okay, that's your political moment with
I
Virginia.
love it.
She's our, senior political correspondent now?
I believe in the goofy vote.
Okay.
That's what's going on in your dirt.
All right.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
So here's my question. Does anybody really care about the Beatles still? Or is it so baby boomer or people that only like music?
I've heard people that are actually younger talking about this new documentary and saying it's really good.
I've been watching. I've been going to bed to it every single night. It's 3 parts. Now, I love music. I love the Beatles. So I'm really into it. And you kind of have to know a little bit what's going on with the Beatles at this time. This is at a contentious time for the Beatles. And it's them recording this album. And there's so much drama going on during this time. They're getting ready for a TV show. George Harrison is pissed.
Yes. I love some of the fascinating stories about how George came in with great music, great lyrics, great songs. And because he was so outshone by the talent of Paul and John, he kind of didn't really get his due.
Well, Harrison's my favorite Beatle, and for a lot of that reason, he was that third Beatle who really had a lot of great music in him. You don't realize that till towards the middle end of the Beatles' run.
Well, some of the music that he brought to the Beatles and said, hey, let's do this, was rejected by Paul and John. And then years later, he put it out as a solo project, and it went #1.
The one thing I am kind of noticing is At this time during the Beatles, Paul McCartney seems to be, without a doubt, in charge. And what he says goes, and almost kind of a micromanager. He doesn't like the way George Harrison's playing the songs. He doesn't like the way Lennon's playing the songs. He's trying to tell them how to play, and they don't like that. I think Harrison's fed up with it, and that's really where I'm at the documentary. And I was so into it, but it's so inside. I was wondering if your average person that doesn't even like the Beatles would even be interested in something like that.
I think the answer is yes, because I am that person. I'm not a big Beatles person, but I'm fascinated by the behind-the-scenes drama. And you have to ask yourself the question, okay, was Paul McCartney the creative musical genius that was just the gatekeeper and making sure that everything the Beatles put out was awesome to the next level, and maybe George didn't make the cut? Or was he just too inside his own head and thinking everything he created was awesome?
I think you can be both on that. I think he's a creative genius, and I think you also can get to a point where you think everything you're doing is the right move and you're blinded to outside ideas.
I've only read the reviews on it. I hear it is a master class in creativity and collaboration. It's fascinating to watch their process and how they work and how they bring something in and inspire others and try to artfully steer somebody in a different direction, because it is very hard when you lay out a creative idea. That is almost like laying your soul out there, and to have somebody, poke knives in it sometimes can be hard for people's egos, especially in something like that. And so watching how they do the processes is kind of fascinating.
Have you seen the part yet? I haven't watched it, so I haven't seen it. I've only heard it talked about on podcasts.
I'm almost done with it.
So there's a part where I guess Paul McCartney is like riffing and just like trying to work something out, but you see him like in the beginning of Get Back.
Yep,
he's building it, and then it comes to fruition, and then you see like the finished product, and like, wow, you watched him create that song.
Well, you see them all kind of create it together a little bit, and that's what, if you are a Beatles fan, or if you are someone that likes to see how an album was made, they were making a documentary, so the cameras were rolling on everything, which is kind of an odd thing to do, and they were rolling at a time where the Beatles were about to break up. So you get all of this, really, a lot of drama, but you do see how songs were created, and these are classic songs. It would be like me going back watching how Billy Joel came up with Just the Way You Are. In the process, I'd lose my mind.
You definitely do not have to be a Beatles fan to get into this kind of content, because it's the human condition. It's competitive. It's behind the scenes of this masterful group of artists.
It's a lot of jamming, a lot of them riffing around and playing around, and then I love it because I'm into that stuff.
Now, everything I've heard about it sounds incredible, and even though I'm not a Beatles fan, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Disney Plus, and I do recommend it. I think it's very good.
Yeah, I've heard great things. Time to get Disney Plus again. It's that season.
No, you don't have to get it. You can just steal Jaybird's password like I do.
I'm not even kidding. Every time I go to Disney Plus, there's a new Sinicki. I think her grandma's on there now.
Well, what Rocco does is he goes through the neighborhood and he offers Disney Plus to all of our neighbors.
It's a gift.
But it's on your account.
I think there's 7 people on my Disney Plus.
That sounds like a lowball number, actually. Rocco's got 14 people on my Netflix.
Don't forget, too, on Disney Plus, you got the new Boba Fett thing coming out. You got the Mandalorian, all that stuff.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll be signing up for it again soon. But yeah, we always do that. We sign up just to watch the new season of The Mandalorian, then we cancel. And then when you come out of the new one, we're back again. That's how we do it. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I've got, an extensive shoe collection. You've seen all my shoes.
Oh, yeah.
But, as I get older and less balanced, I can't wear all these high heels that I used to wear, when I was in my 20s and 30s. But I have nice shoes, like some Michael Kors shoes and like some really nice shoes.
You have a Sex and the City kind of closet.
I do. And I have a lot of shoes that I never, ever, ever wear. But they're too nice to donate to Goodwill. So a year ago, Panda showed me how to start up an eBay page. So I put them up on eBay, and 99% of the shoes that I sell go like somewhere else in the country. But just in the past couple of weeks, I think somebody who lives here locally figured out that it was my eBay page. And at first, it's a guy. He bought one pair of shoes, and he said they were for a friend. And then he came back again, and he bought another pair of shoes and said those are for a friend. And then he left me a comment and said, and I quote, "Are these from your personal collection, and have they been worn a lot?"
Yeah, you're playing with fire, City.
Yeah.
You're selling your panties. You're into this foot game.
I did not mean to get into the foot game, but I am now in the foot game.
Has
Yeah.
Virginia not before entertained the idea of selling doing feet stuff
Yeah.
with somebody?
Well, I mean, I accidentally got in the foot game, and I believe I am underpricing because I'm just pricing these shoes at whatever eBay thinks they're valued at. And used Michael Kors shoes are not valued at very much. They're like, $20 or less. So this guy's getting a great deal because I would have marked them much higher if I knew he was buying them to sniff them.
Oh yeah, she's in the fetish world, Kev.
Yeah,
I'm
it
in
really
it.
is amazing. I of all the people on the show that I just really didn't expect to wind up in this world.
And it starts off, oh, Kev, I made $600 with my panties. It starts off like that. It's gonna get weirder. Keep flying close to that sun, Sinicki.
Oh, she is.
See what happens.
She's going into a world I just don't know if one day she's going to be able to get out of.
I think you're right.
He is right.
I think I got to cut this off, and I just got to end it, and just no more communication with any creepers.
I will say though, it is Christmas coming up. That's a lot of money. Maybe get through the holidays.
I'll end it in 2022.
There you go. That's how I'll start my diet.
Look, my kids are asking for a lot of Christmas gifts. I mean, the little one wants an Apple Watch. What the hell?
Oh, geez, yeah.
No, you get an apple pie, kid. That's what you're
Apple pie.
That's what you're getting.
Here's your Apple Store. What? I had no idea. Oh, this sounds like something great. Researchers in China, they say, are working on an anti-aging pill that appears to work in mice. So the mice in China look really young. Don't be fooled. That's an old mouse.
Where is this pill, and how do I become a part of the trial?
I've been thinking about this stuff, and, to that point, Jaybird is always talking about how I have these amazing proclamations, and then how long is it before we actually see something? Because I was still waiting on the pill that was going to cure baldness.
In the meantime,
I keep thinking about that, and I'm like going, okay, well, one day maybe I can do it on my own. Till then, hair club.
I'm still holding on to that Russian story you said back in 2009 that they're curing blindness.
Right.
Blindness was going to be done.
I know. Where
People
are
are
these?
still blind.
Is it happening? Am I just missing the stories, or is it just taking them longer than they thought, or did they just completely lie to me to give me hope in life? I'm not sure where we are.
yeah. What
But
did happen to those curing blindness?
I was
Where
so-
is it?
I was so happy about that
Yeah.
story. I mean, what a beautiful thing this is. And then 2010 to 2021.
Right. You would just think that it would happen a lot faster. I think that they throw these things out there. I mean, they told us what about flying cars in the 60s? And
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Not
Good
even
point.
there yet. That's kind of the way it is. If you see something like this, a story that you're all excited about, figure it's at least 50 years away, I guess.
You do have a lot of awesome news that never happens.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of like the hopeful lies.
So, I guess, in a sense, you give us some kind of a fun moment, like in the moment right now. Like, all right, the disappointment comes later.
Yeah. So,
yeah, sign me up for this trial for this anti-aging Chinese pill. Let's go.
It would be kind of amazing. I mean, just think about all the stories that I had. If they all came true, what would life be like if you'd have to worry about losing your hair, if aging, they say this pill would increase your lifespan by 9%. They talk about all the different things that they can do, pills for this, pills for that, close to curing cancer, all these diseases. Imagine if we eradicated all those things. What the heck would it look like? Would we be 150 years old and look 25?
And would you, if they had the option, okay, Kev, you can take this pill, but you have to make your face and body be set at this one age. Did you have an age you would want where you thought you looked the best?
Well, I think for most people, probably to the mid to tail end of your 20s would be my guess.
Okay.
Somewhere around there is probably where you're going to find your sweet spot. And it differs for many people, but your hormones do start slowing down. For guys, baldness starts kicking in somewhere in the mid-20s to late 20s. If you're a person's going to lose your hair, you're going to start seeing it there.
Get me in that sweet spot when I was between relationships and lost 10 pounds and looked great.
Uh-huh. And that age, Virginia, for you?
Probably right around the late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, right before I got knocked up with mags.
Okay. And then that was beginning of the end.
That was all downhill after that.
What that girl did to your body.
The boobs go south.
Yeah.
I mean, the disgusting butt.
Yeah. Just all kinds of problems.
You're being too hard on yourself.
Okay.
You can't take it.
Reel it in.
It's time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host. He's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
Okay, gonna learn a little something about the Christmas holiday. Let's see if you can determine which is fact, which is fiction. We'll start with you today, Virginia. What do you think? Fact or fiction? Santa doesn't actually have 24 hours to deliver all his presents. He has 31.
31. I feel like that's low. I'm going to say fiction.
You're going to say fiction on that. Virginia, you are wrong.
Damn it.
Yeah, that is a fact. As long as he's traveling east to west, Santa has 31 hours because of time zones and the rotation of the Earth.
Yeah. I knew it's some kind of smart scientific reason.
Oh, yeah, a little trickery in there.
I could see Kevin trickery.
A little trickery in there.
You got me, Ralston.
Oh, I did. Look out, Virginia. All right, Jaybird, how about you? Holiday fact or fiction? In order to visit everyone on Earth Christmas Eve, Santa would only be able to spend half a second at each house. Is that fact or fiction?
6 billion people on the planet. I will go with fact.
Gonna go with fact. No, it is fiction. He would have to visit 20,000 homes a second, so a half second is about 10,000 times too long.
Wow, man.
Wow.
He's got to be quick.
Yeah, he does.
And that's why he's got magic.
Yeah, that's why they say they must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. Oh, that's fraud.
That's frosty.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of magic going on this
There's
season,
a lot
isn't
of
there?
magic for Christmas.
My goodness, everybody's magical around here, huh? Okay. Fact or fiction here, Virginia. The St. Nicholas associated with Santa Claus is the patron saint of prostitutes. Fact or fiction?
Ho, ho,
That's
ho.
why he says that.
It's a fiction.
Yeah, it's a fiction.
What?
That is a fact.
He's about to hook up?
That's why he says ho, ho, ho. You thought it was a joke.
I
Oh,
did.
no.
We're 0 for 3, by the way.
We're doing great.
Yeah. Okay, Bird, what do you think about this? Holiday fact or fiction? The official date of Jesus' birth is December 25th.
We've talked about this.
Uh-huh.
It's not December 25th.
Okay.
That's fiction, my friend.
You're going to say fiction. Bird got one right.
Is it like April 10th or something?
Yeah, it's they typically peg it someplace it would likely have been in April if you're going on the historical part of it. But in the 4th century, Pope Julius I chose December 25th as the day to celebrate his birth. But most historians agree, yeah, it's probably sometime in the spring. They really kind of did that and put Christmas where it is because the Romans were used to pagan holidays, a big pagan holiday at that time. And they're going, well, what are you going to do, man? We really love this holiday. It's great. We put up Christmas trees. We exchange presents. Have you ever heard of the baby Jesus?
You
And
know,
they worked that in.
I had never heard any of that growing up. I only learned those factoids as an adult, that Jesus wasn't born in December.
Well,
Yeah.
you didn't grow up with Ricky Ralston.
Did you knew that as a kid? They probably teach you that real early, I'd imagine.
No, that's stuff that I learned a little bit later. No, I got all the typical surface Bible
Okay.
knowledge.
You got all the Christian lies.
Yeah, the story they want you to hear. Yeah, I
that's
did
right.
my own
That's just a
investigating.
big one, though. You know, picturing Christmas.
It's kind of big that they manipulated the date.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you really.
The Catholic Church made up all kinds of stuff
If you really
to
break
trick
it-
the people into being good.
I'm not trying to turn this into a holy war. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's kind of a big one.
Facts are facts. It's
Sure.
not about a holy war.
And I only find that out as an adult. What else is everyone lying about?
It opens your eyes when you really start to expand and learn the truth, Jaybird.
The older you get, the more you realize they're all lying to you.
It just blows my mind
Something to look
sometimes.
forward to, kids. All right, fact or fiction here, Virginia. The phrase Merry Christmas was once frowned upon by the church because the word merry kind of meant that you were probably drunk. Don't have yourself a merry little Christmas, you drunkard. Fact or fiction?
Merry, drunk, feels good.
Okay. It does, right? Feels so good.
I've never been merrier than when I'm drunk, Kevin.
I hear that.
Fact.
You're going to go fact? You are correct.
Back in it.
Virginia back in it with her first correct point. Yes, priests in Australia actually still encourage you to say Happy Christmas instead. Kind of more of a British and Australian type of thing where merry more means hammered, but yeah, they will typically exchange Happy Christmas.
No.
There.
Merry Christmas, Kevin.
That's right. Drink up.
Drink up.
She wants a buzzed Christmas.
Fact or fiction here, Jay Bird. Since all of Santa's reindeer have antlers, they're all males. Fact or fiction?
That is total fiction. Santa, equal opportunist, loves all male, female reindeers.
We can't cancel Santa,
We
can we?
cannot.
No, you cannot cancel Santa. He would be if he started going gender specific. Yes, both male and female reindeer grow antlers. Males usually lose theirs in November, so all of Santa's reindeer are actually female.
But if they were all male, this would be a story. This would be such
We
a
have to
story.
cancel Santa.
It would be.
Only males can pull your sled.
We'd have to cancel reindeers. Rudolph, you're done.
Yeah. All right, Jay Bird in the lead now, 2-1. Virginia, fact or fiction. The word reindeer comes from the fact that they're the only species of deer that can be harnessed and led with reins. That's why they call them reindeer. No other deer can be trained to do what reindeer can. Fact or fiction?
Thought a white-tailed deer could.
Yeah, whitetail. Feels good.
But I'm going to go against my gut. I'm going to go fact.
Well, this isn't even yours to answer.
It's not your
Virginia's.
question.
Oh, stop.
Why did you just take my question? You Krampus.
Well, thanks for your input.
Appreciate the help, but no
That's
one asked you.
Real nice, but yeah, wait your turn. Used to hear that in school a lot,
This
I bet.
jumpy bitch.
I know, right? He just took and answered your question.
Christmas Grinch took
Yeah.
my stuff.
Dog, I didn't mean to.
Wow.
I was trying to play.
Never see that on Jeopardy, do you?
Sometimes I play too hard.
Tom, that's not your question.
I wish you would see that, though.
All right, Virginia, how do you feel about it? You know how Jaybird feels.
What did you say?
I said fact.
I'm going fiction.
Ah, that's a good call. Not only did he answer the wrong time, but he answered the wrong way. That's wrong and wrong.
That's a new record.
Wow, that's a whole
And he's still winning.
that's a whole new level of awful.
I just love this game so much. I play it hard. I'm sorry.
I take everybody's turn.
Wow. All right, Jaybird, now it's your turn.
Do you want to answer for me?
I should. I should snatch it out from under you.
All right, what do you think? Fact or fiction? Donner and Blitzen are German words that mean stoned and drunk. Fact or fiction?
That is fiction.
You just saw the Krampus thing. You know how they feel about that.
It's fiction.
Fiction is correct. Bird with the win somehow.
Somehow.
Somehow this one.
You definitely answer more questions in Virginia. Believe it or not, we have never done a KVJ draft for cookies. So I believe that's going to be our final KVJ draft coming up this week.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yummy.
Thursday. Going to be
I
drafting out
love
the
it.
best cookies.
And there really is a ton of different cookies out there, and we should throw them all out there.
Oh, yeah.
The
Everything.
brand mixed with the flavors, because there's a ton to really choose from.
Okay. Yeah, I know we've done a poll on it, but we haven't done a draft. So that'll be the final KVJ draft of the year coming up on Thursday.
For example, if I wanted to say a Subway chocolate chip cookie, that's how specific I was talking.
Yeah, because if you specifically seek this out, then you would arguably say, hey, it's not only the style of cookie, but the way that they make it.
Okay, good.
You might want to nail that one down.
Because if you just say chocolate chip cookies, it's kind of a blanket statement.
You're not going to take all the chocolate chip cookies.
I love that
They're out of
roasting.
brand, yeah. They're out of brand. So it'd be something you got to bring your homework in on that one.
Okay.
You know
Don't
Google
worry.
very well.
She's done the research.
This is when I can go on the fly.
Yeah, well, they were asking, and according to Google, looking at the searches that people have done, they came up with a list of the most popular Christmas cookies in each state based on your Google searches. And in Florida, they say the Hershey's Kiss Christmas cookie is the number one Googled for Christmas cookie? That would be what? It's kind of like a sugar cookie, and it's got the big old Hershey's Kiss sitting on top of it.
I think so, yeah.
Those are always fun to see at a party. A tray of those.
They're
like, all
artsy.
right.
They're artsy. Yeah, as a fat kid, I just eat the Hershey's Kiss off of it, though, and you'd see a bunch of discarded cookie butts. Because to me, the chocolate was where it's at.
Oh, I like that cookie butt, though.
Oh, yeah. In Georgia, most Googled for Christmas cookie is the Christmas Rice Krispie treats. So those are great around the holidays, aren't they?
Yeah.
In New York, it's the anise Christmas cookies, A-N-I-S-E. Anybody ever heard of those?
Anise is it's like one of those herby, licoricey typey things. I don't know if I like anise.
That sounds terrible. I'm Googling them now, Kev.
I think it's real strong, isn't it?
All right.
Oh,
Don't know anything about
it's these cookies. They look like they're kind of like sugar cookies with the. Those aren't bad. I thought they were different.
Kind of these sprinkles, in a sense, multicolored sprinkles on top. Looks like a white icing kind of thing.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a sugar cookie with
Okay.
that frosting and
Gotcha.
sprinkles on it.
In New Jersey, it's the Italian Christmas cookies. That is the number one Google for cookie there.
I'm a terrible Italian. I don't find them to be the best.
Okay. Not a big fan, huh?
They're kind of dry. You need so much tang or so much soda or drink with it.
Have you been to Crumble Cookies yet? They just opened up one in Alton on Donald Ross Road. It's the TikTok cookie. They only advertise on TikTok.
Is there one off North Lake as well?
There could be. I don't know. I don't.
All right.
The one that I know of is right there at Alton. It's a pink store. It's super Instagrammable.
Okay.
And it's CRUMBL.
Haven't been yet. I am intrigued.
They make big fat cookies, but they do it where they're slightly undercooked a little bit.
Okay,
so
yeah.
they're
That's the way to do
doughy
it.
and
Yeah.
chewy.
Oh, you know what? I think there is one in Palm Beach Gardens off North Lake Boulevard. Me and Panda walked in there during Thanksgiving break, and the line was so big. We walked in we better go. And then they emailed me and said, "We saw you guys walk in, come back." And I've been meaning to go back there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing a ton of things about this place.
It's at 3333 North Lake Boulevard. Yeah,
Okay.
they must have it's recently opened. So now you got two, Alton and North Lake, but they make yummy cookies.
Fat Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Good
And they're
stuff, huh?
always rotating them. So, every week you go, it's different cookies, and you have to go on TikTok to see which cookies are featured.
Okay. Sounds like I do some research before the draft on Thursday.
I just know you're not going to eat the. I just want you to have a cookie party with me.
Yeah, okay. Cookie party. That's what you want, huh? That's what
Yeah.
you want for Christmas?
I do.
Okay. Cookie party. In Kansas, they're doing it right, too. I love the M&M Christmas cookies. That's our most Googled cookie.
Very good.
In Kansas.
Cookie.
Most popular in the entire country is the Christmas Cookie Fudge. 6 states. That was their most Googled.
Ooh,
Christmas Cookie Fudge.
what is that?
Yeah, Google that.
Cookie fudge.
Yeah, Cookie Fudge.
You're getting me all worked up again, Ralston.
That's your new nickname.
I don't hate that nickname. Cookie Fudge Pennington. I love that.
The Italian Christmas cookies, number one in 5 different states for Google searches.
All in the Northeast.
Yeah, probably. Keto cookies, one out in 4 states.
So here's the thing I'm looking at. Some of these, I don't know if they really are cookies. I'm pulling up the cookie
Yeah.
fudge thingy. It's not a cookie. It's a chunk of fudge. So is that really a cookie?
No, I don't think
No.
so. To me, a cookie's round, right? If it's a square, all of a sudden you're talking brownie or fudge.
That's not a cookie. That's delicious fudge.
Cookie dough fudge. Yeah, no, that's fudge. It's a different category.
Yeah, that's cookie dough fudge.
Some of these are getting in there with fake stats, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's what they say. Christmas cookie fudge is it. And yeah, it does for the most part. It looks like it's squared. I don't like that either.
Gosh, what I would do for some fudge right now.
Fudge is good, right?
What
fudge
would
is-
you do?
I don't know. I'd probably do a lot. If you had fudge right there, go, Bert, here it is.
Oh, I had so much fudge at Thanksgiving because they made it fresh. I should have grabbed some.
I love when people tell me awesome things that they should have done that you love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was going to get you all this fudge, but I decided not to. It was great.
Right.
I wasn't thinking.
Should have brought you this great gift. You would have loved it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
there are
you would've
pe-
loved
there
it.
are people that do that. Bert, I was going to get you this pizza. It was delicious, but I decided not to. Well, why are you telling me that?
The Christmas sugar cookies that you would think would be very popular, only #1 in 2 different states. Snowball cookies, also #1 in 2 different states on Google searches.
Man, you're throwing a lot of stuff I don't know about.
Well, then you got a lot of work to do before Thursday.
Snowball? You know about this, Virginia?
The snowballs have the
Snowball?
coconut, right?
Yeah, it's like that pink
Yeah.
round thing.
Yeah. We had those. In fact, I think it's the top Googled cookie in Ohio where I'm from, so that's how I know about them.
It's not a cookie.
It's not?
Yeah, I don't feel
not
like the
a cookie.
snowball's a
It's
cookie.
a ball of dough.
Yeah.
It's a marshmallow ball with coconut.
Yeah, this
So
is...
when we do our draft, we'll agree that a cookie's got to be round.
Well, it's-
What makes the cookie?
Look, it's got to be a cookie, okay? I mean, a snowball? You're coming at me with snowballs saying that's a cookie?
Yeah, well, what is like the
Oatmeal.
technical definition of a cookie?
Look, a snowball's not a cookie.
Okay, but we would agree that a chocolate chip cookie would be a cookie. An Elmer Fudge cookie would be a cookie.
What they say is a cookie is a small sweet cake, typically round and flat, and having a crisp or chewy texture.
Elmer Fudge.
Elmer Fudge. What did I say? What did I...
You said, it took me a minute to register that you said Elmer Fudge.
What am I trying to say?
I think you're trying to say everybody loves fudge, E.L. Fudge, but you
No.
put Elmer Fudge
What are the 3
with
guys?
everybody loves fudge cookies, E.L.
Who's
Fudge.
the 3 guys?
But it took me a minute. I'm like, what the hell is he talking
That
about?
was a 7-minute delay.
Who the hell's Elmer Fudge?
Elmer Fudge.
You just created a new cookie.
Yeah, you did.
There is no Elmer Fudge.
What are the 3 guys? I can't think of their name.
E.L. Fudge.
The 3 dudes.
Snap, crackle, pop?
No, there's 3 guys that do the cookies, right?
I don't know.
The fudge guys. Let me Google it.
E.L. Fudge.
All right.
The Keebler Elves?
Keebler Elves. That's what I couldn't think of.
Do they have names, though?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Tom, Dick, Harry?
Frank,
I don't know why.
Mike.
I was thinking of that. I don't know why I called them Elmer Fudge.
Always fun. All right, so we'll get to the cookie draft coming up on Thursday's KVJ Show. Vanessa Hudgens, remember her? She was on that High School Musical. She's now turning 33 years old.
Wow.
I know, right?
That makes you feel old.
I think she played Rizzo in the Grease musical.
Yeah, she's done many different projects. Spring Breakers, too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday goes out to Doug. We love you across the ocean and back from Becky, Brady, Julia, and Jetty. Happy 2nd birthday to Evelyn Magnolia. We love you. Nona sent that in. That's a very cute photo of her there.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Also, we've got a birthday shout out to Matthew, turning 16. Wish the best of luck to you on your driving test this afternoon from Mommy, Poppy, and Sophia. There he is. He plays with West Boca.
He's a
Panthers.
ball player.
Yeah,
What does he play, I wonder? What position?
Great question.
Is he a pitcher? If he's a pitcher, let's get ahead. Let's stay ahead. Let's do it.
Okay.
What does that mean?
You got to play ball, Virginia.
Also, we got a birthday shout out to Landon, turning 12, from Mommy Ashley and Daddy. Got a birthday, want to get on the KVJ Show? Just let us know about it. mail@kvjshow.com. So, how do you need to talk to your kid if you want them to actually pay better attention? They did a study on this, and they found that kids between the ages of 18 months and 6 years will pay more attention when you use a British accent. A British accent.
Really?
70% of kids from the United States listen harder to the voice of a British woman than any other proposed accents. And in the United Kingdom, it was 95%. Think about that. That's why British kids really listen.
Huh.
It's because you're using a British accent.
You should do that to Rocco. All of a sudden, maybe he's acting up or something, and just break into British and see what he does. But don't break character.
We already do that because of Peppa Pig. He talks British all the time.
I started thinking about it. I wonder if there's something to it. When you talk about a lot of kids' characters, there's a lot of British accents.
There is.
Mary Poppins was big for kids, supposedly great with kids. And what did she have? She had a British accent. And don't they always talk about, wouldn't you love to have a British nanny? Something about just having the British nanny.
You have to respect the British accent.
The one nanny, the one that doesn't put up with any crap. She's British. She has the glasses.
Nanny McPhee.
Nanny McPhee. She don't play,
That's true.
man.
Yeah.
And the kids, the kids are terrible. And then she comes in there all British.
They respect the nanny.
They do.
Yeah, how many different kids programs can you name where they have or use a British accent? Things that are garnered towards kids, because there seems to be a ton. Every time you turn around, there's a new British special.
Is there a British Muppet or Sesame Street character? I don't remember one.
No, not that I know of.
No.
But if kids pay more attention, you should pretty much use a British accent for everything, right?
You should. If they're going to listen.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. They say that in America, 70% more focus. In England, 95% more.
I'm going to start doing that just in regular life.
I think people would pay more attention to you. Just saying.
Yeah. How's my British? Is it pretty good or is it pretty bad? It's pretty bloody awful, isn't it?
It's pretty bad.
Well, there's different kind of Britishes you can do.
It's a little rusty.
You can do a cockney.
Yeah, okay.
Come on,
Seems like the more you do that, the more believable it might be, because it's
Seems
so
like
preposterous.
The more you do it, the more we lose British listeners.
No, the British, they have a very great sense of humor. People mocking their accent.
Who would have known? Well, also, I got to put this on your radar, parents. Something else you might want to know. There is a new nuisance TikTok trend that is out there. It is done to Kesha's song Die Young. And I guess what the latest TikTok trend is, TikTok users will go out and pound twice on doors with their fists or feet, and then they run away as fast as possible to avoid getting caught. It's kind of like the latest little ding-dong ditch stuff we used to do, but it's all for the digital age because you now capture it. Angry people whipping open their doors. But we used to do that back in an era where people didn't pack as many guns and you didn't have things like the castle doctrine where they would shoot you if you do something scary.
Well, people get sketchy if you're on their property. Even if you're just dropping off a package, some people get sketchy about that.
Yeah, authorities are warning parents, let your kids know this isn't a good thing to do, especially in a state like Florida where we got a lot of guns. And if you pound hard on somebody's door, the stories that you're hearing now, you're thinking somebody's just going to bum rush my house, break in, grab things, and run out.
Right.
You're going to grab a gun. And who knows what happens.
Stand your ground law then is in full effect.
Yeah, it just might turn into something that you don't want it to turn into.
I feel like if someone's in my backyard and they're not supposed to be there and they're looking in my window, I have been trained to think you're there to murder me.
You haven't been trained.
Yes, I have. Absolutely been trained
You've been
to
trained.
believe.
YouTube karate does not count.
No, I've been trained to believe someone in my backyard is there to murder me. My mom trained me to believe that way of thinking. She used to yell at the FPL people, "What are you doing back here?" Like, Mom, they're just checking the meter. She trained me to be this way.
Right. So there you go. It stuck. She did well.
Yes, but honestly,
trained.
if you're not supposed to be in someone's backyard, you know.
Yeah. That's why they call it an issue. So be aware of it. Don't be doing that. And if you hear somebody kick on your door really loudly before you grab that gun and blast right through it, you never know. It could just be a teenager trying to do a goofy video.
Right?
Yeah. So there you go.
Check before you shoot.
We're telling you how kids pay more attention when you use a British accent. 70% more in the United States is what they found. And one mom just texted us and said, I literally just did it, and I told my daughter, who's 3, to get dressed for school in a British accent. And she said, okay, Mommy, and ran off. She said, that never happens. Is this a coincidence? Like, what is going on here? She can't believe it. It actually worked.
It's a great disciplinary tool. Thank you, Kevin.
It is. And people are letting us know, hey, remember the Super Nanny was British.
That's right.
That's who I was talking about. Super Nanny. That's not Nanny McPhee, obviously. Super Nanny. I used to watch that show.
Yeah.
Very British.
She would teach your kids how to be disciplined, and she would give parents instruction. This is how you are a disciplinarian.
These kids would be just, terrors. And they'll show the clip of the kid throwing food off the mom.
Yep.
Damn.
Writing crayon, all over the wall. Then the British nanny comes in there and she's got the glasses.
Yep.
Looks down on the kid. They don't know what the hell to do. It's awesome. I love that show.
Next thing you know, they're quiet and sedated.
The best kid you've ever seen.
They found out she was giving them Ambien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's not even British.
No, exactly.
It's fake.
The lies of that Super Nanny. It's terrible. All right, let's see how well you guys can do at this. Here, a little looking back pop quiz from 2021 of the biggest celebrity a-holes. All right, what do you think here? First one, Virginia, this is for you. This evil actor wrote an Instagram tribute to their wife where they thanked her for giving him a gorgeous, healthy daughter. The nerve.
Oh, is that...
Who is this celebrity a-hole? 3, 2...
It's Schwarzenegger. Patrick Schwarzenegger? No.
Okay, you're close. Jay-Bird, can you steal it for a point?
Oh.
Who was it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No,
Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, it's his daughter, but it was Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. That's
almost got
right.
canceled.
Wait a minute. What happened? What did he say?
He wrote an Instagram tribute to his wife where he thanked her for giving him a gorgeous, healthy daughter. And he also has a daughter with some developmental disabilities.
With his
and
old wife.
They thought that was him kind of
God, yeah.
dissing his other
Shading
child.
his unhealthy daughter.
Okay.
Yep, that's how that went down.
All right. They try to cancel him.
That was tricky.
That was. I don't remember that story.
Okay, well, we got the queen of the dirt herself on that one.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, this one's for you, Jay-Bird. What do you think? This celebrity a-hole, what is their name? This artist headlined a music festival where 8 people died.
That's Travis Scott.
That is correct. Yeah.
Also named in the same lawsuit, Drake, but he has left his house, I've heard.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. All right.
I think it ended up more people than 8 passed away.
Yeah, hey, you're right. It's 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. 11.
Well, you're both right.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about this, Virginia? Who is this celebrity a-hole? This TV journalist received backlash after admitting that she felt like mentoring rising star Ashley Banfield would be career sabotage.
Katie Couric.
That's right, Katie Couric. Yeah. Took a blasting for that. She's like, why would I bring somebody else up that could just take my job?
She was like, no, sit down, B. I'm here first.
She had said that it was apparently understood that Ashley Banfield's dad was going around telling everybody that. Oh, look, my daughter one day is going to take Katie Couric's job. And she got wind of it.
Katie's like, oh, no, she's not.
I mean,
I'm not done here.
Whatever. They're in a competitive field.
Yeah.
No one's helping anybody out but themselves when it comes to that position. You're not making show friends. You're not. It's all show business. is what
He's
it is.
right. It's cutthroat,
It
and
is.
those girls are highly competitive.
The news is even more cutthroat.
Yeah.
Katie don't have to help nobody. It ain't her job to
Well,
mentor.
The people that are getting mad at Katie Couric for not helping, they're on Twitter getting mad because
Because they don't understand
they
how the
don't-
world works.
Well-
In the broadcast news like that, those girls all compete at a high level with each other. Katie doesn't have to replace her.
anybody trying to get to the top of anything is going to be on a one-track kind of avenue where that's how it goes.
So is life, right? Well, this is what was landing celebrities on the a-hole list on BuzzFeed. What do you think about this, Jay-Bird? Name the celebrity. This daytime TV talker was fired for a heated discussion with Cheryl Underwood about Piers Morgan's racist comments about Meghan Markle.
Oh, that was Sharon Osbourne. Oh, no.
That's right. Her paying attention to the dirt.
She said it in a British accent and still got canceled.
She did.
Yeah, she did. Okay, what do you think about this one, Virginia? Who's the celebrity a-hole here? This celebrity lost sponsors and acting roles after it was revealed that she bullied Courtney Stodden when they were a teenager.
Oh, that's Chrissy Teigen.
That is Chrissy Teigen, yeah.
Teague's still trying to come around, though. She's
sniffing
she's
around.
trying to
They're giving her a little bit. The window is cracked. She's
Okay.
not fully
she's
canceled.
getting parched.
All right, Jaber, what do you think about this one? Alleged DMs of him talking about cannibalism and other dark stuff leaked, led to accusations of rape and him dropping out of the public life and many other acting projects.
As Virginia's boy, Army Hammer.
I love my boy.
Army Hammer, yeah.
You want to eat my arm? No, I'm good.
I meant your boy as in you feature him in the dirt a lot.
I do like the Army Hammer family story. It is scandalous. All those Hammers are fascinatingly hot messes.
They seem like they're the family from Succession.
Yeah.
That kind of rich
Right.
and
They're rich, they're
powerful.
powerful, and they're twisted.
Disconnected.
Someone's dead, but no one knows about it.
Yeah.
Mysteriously, there's just some secrets there.
What do you think about this, Virginia? This late night talk show host was accused of being culturally insensitive for a segment that had contestants eating gross food that typically came from Asian culture. Who's that?
I don't know. Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know. Who
Heard
was
you
it?
know?
James Corwin or Corden. The British guy.
Yeah.
Again, another Brit.
Yeah.
James Corden. Wow. How about that?
Huh, I forgot that story.
Jaybird, I think you have actually won the game here today.
Whoa.
Look at
yeah.
Maybe
you.
I should do the dirt tomorrow.
Wow.
You can do it today. I'll leave.
The dirt of the J.
Am I the jerk? That is the question here. They want to know if they're a jerk for not giving their coworker their vacation days. The email says, my coworker is a 41-year-old mother of 3 who has worked at our company for 17 years. I am a 27-year-old female with no kids, and I've worked here 5 years. We get 18 paid vacation days per year, and they roll over if you don't use them all. And if you like, you can also give your vacation days away to coworkers. So this mom has come to me wanting 6 of my vacation days.
6?
6. She's planning an international trip with her family and only has 4 days left of vacation. Her new days won't become active until a year from now. So she gave me some sob story about having to use her vacation for death in the family, but she also regularly took a day or 2 a month just to decompress. Now, I don't take much vacation, and I have 44 days accumulated, which comes to almost 2 whole months. I don't take my vacation days because I want to go on an extensive backpacking trip around Europe. When I told her this, she responded that, you're young, you're childless, you don't need vacations as badly as I do, a mother. She said it wasn't her fault that she had to use 14 days of her vacation for a death in the family and that I was being a selfish jerk.
14 days for a death in the family. That's excessive.
Yeah. So she wants to know, am I being the jerk?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
Tell this lady to go kick rocks.
That lady's being the jerk. She's also giving you a guilt trip when you say, okay, the lady asked you and you said no. Now she's coming back with guilt. F that.
Yeah.
she
This
ends it-
lady is annoying, actually.
She ends it with, she said that it's my fault that her kids' dreams are being crushed.
Okay, well, she's terrible. She's a terrible person.
She really is a bad human.
Yeah.
Not the jerk.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you're not the jerk at all. It's not like she's going to take care of the death in the family now. She's going on overseas vacation. This is not an emergency. This is not a heartbreaking story. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We do not like that woman.
We want to
Kevin.
fight her.
Okay. All right. So that's pretty,
It's a slam dunk. There's not one insane person that's going to text you back going, that person's a jerk for not doing that.
for not giving up their vacation.
No.
What about this one? They want to know, am I a jerk for not asking my future sister-in-law to be a bridesmaid? Says, I'm in the middle of planning my wedding, and my fiance tells me his sister has inquired about being a bridesmaid. The problem is I had never thought about her being one. She and I have spent some time together here and there, and I really like her, but we don't have a relationship like that. Plus, I was already struggling as to who would make the cut of my already friends. I'll probably have to leave out 2 really good ones. My sisters, my best friend growing up, a college roommate, and my neighbor/coworker friend who I spend all my time with are my choices. I can't imagine leaving out somebody else this important to my life to make a spot for her just so her feelings won't be hurt. My fiance also assumed that she would be in the wedding, and when I told him my plans, he said not only will his sister be bummed, but so will his mom. I really don't know what to do. Am I a jerk if I don't invite her to be a bridesmaid?
Gosh, weddings are so annoying.
Look, when you marry somebody, you marry their family. And if it's going to make the family happy to have the sister be a bridesmaid, just let her be a bridesmaid. And your numbers don't have to be even. That's an old, antiquated way of looking at it. You can have 10 bridesmaids and 7 groomsmen, and who gives a dog's crap?
That's what I don't
You
understand.
don't have to have it be even. If you have more chicks than dudes because you have more chicks that you feel like you want to have there by you because you either love them or you want to respect the relationship or you want to be loved in your new family, you can have more chicks than dudes.
I don't understand some of these rules that people stick to, and they get all worked up and upset and pissy about things that don't matter in the least bit.
They're looking at the picture. These bridezillas think about the picture, and they want the same number of bridesmaids on one side and the same number of groomsmen on the other other side.
Okay.
But honestly, who cares?
Yeah.
You're being inclusive. You're being sweet to your new family. I think you invite her. And if you have 12 bridesmaids, who gives a crap?
No offense, but emails like that really make me hate weddings.
More than you did yesterday?
The reception I'm down with. The reception's pretty cool.
How about this one? They want to know, am I the jerk for getting DCF involved?
Uh-oh.
Okay, it says, I babysit for this one mom who always has a hard time being punctual. It's typical for her to tell me that she needs me for just a few hours, but then we'll be gone for 8. In the past, she's made up for it by paying me full-time plus a nice tip. Well, this last weekend, she calls me to ask if I could babysit. And I told her that it was my best friend's birthday and I had somewhere I needed to be at 9 p.m. She said, oh, don't worry. I only need you for an hour, right around 5 p.m. You'll be done in plenty of time. She also offered to pay me double my normal wage. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I agreed. I came over to babysit while this mom ran out. And as expected, 6 p.m. comes. There's no sign of her. So I text her to remind her, hey, look, I need to leave. No response. At 7 p.m., I call her and I tell her that, look, I got to be out of your place absolutely no later than 8 p.m. No response. At 8 p.m., I start frantically calling and texting her and I hear nothing. Now it's 10 p.m. and there's still no sign of this mom.
What?
I don't know any of her family. I have no idea who the child's father is. I can't take this kid with me to an adult's birthday party in a bar. So I'm missing my best friend's big night. She's now mad at me, my best friend, and I'm even more angry with this mom. Finally, at midnight, I'm pissed and exhausted. So I call her and I leave a voicemail saying, look, if you're not home in the next hour, I'm considering the kids abandoned and I'm calling the cops. And I also text her this too. So I try calling her 30 minutes later and it goes to voicemail. On the second ring, I text her again and she left me on read. Finally, I just called the cops. They came, I showed them our agreement and our text exchanges from earlier in the week. I confirming that she'd be home by 9. They tried contacting her themselves. She didn't answer. I was dismissed and they took the child to the police station. So I go home, I go to bed. It's about 3 a.m. My phone starts going crazy. It's the mom asking where her kid is and why I was not there. I'm like, look, I followed through on my threat and you need to check with the police station. She cursed me out, hung up. I went to bed. The next day, she sent me an essay saying the kid's father was called and there's a DCF investigation being launched against her. When I told a friend I know who is a mother, she said, well, I don't know. I think you just should have waited it out and then refused to ever go and babysit for that mom ever again. She asked her if her being late was worth this mom potentially losing her kid. So was calling the cops a jerk move?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. Now think about the kid. Everything else doesn't matter. You put this kid in police custody, and now this kid is traumatized by having to go through the system, and then you've got the dad now, and now you were so worried about this birthday party that you forgot about the child and the child's feelings. That is way effed up.
Okay. So she is a jerk. You should not have called DCF or contacted the police.
No, you should not have called the police. You should have handled this when the mom came home and never accept a babysitting job with her again. You don't put this child with a cop and now in the middle of the night has to go to the police station. You're selfish and you're an a-hole.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just learning just not to get involved with people anymore.
I mean, you stay there till the mom comes home and then you never babysit for her again. That's how you do it.
Okay. I'll have Suits put up a poll on that. Do you think that...
That poor kid in the middle of the night having to go to the police station. Can you imagine how scared that little kid was?
All right, calm down, Mama.
F that. Don't tell me to calm down.
You want some breakfast? I'm saying you're getting out. You got,
This girl is hideous. All for a birthday party.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of curious what people think on this. Because some people like Jose saying her mom forgot about the child, Virginia. WTF.
It doesn't matter. The mom is wrong, yes. But now you have taken two wrongs don't make a right. You've taken a bad situation and made it worse. No kid should have to go through being shuttled to the police station at midnight. What the hell?
And I'm already seeing the comments. Never tell a woman to calm down. It's not about a woman or a guy. I was making a joke. I was going to try to get a pancake joke.
I like it when you tell me to calm down because then I like to get more fired up.
Of course. We're doing our act. Of course. Don't tell a woman to calm down. I don't think everything about gender. Good Lord.
Oh, this turned hot quick.
Well, everything's about gender.
Tom said, no, this woman actually made the right call. The same thing happens if parents are late picking up their kids from daycare or aftercare. They will let the police know. You got to know, as a parent, you need to be punctual. It's completely on the
Look,
parent.
she's wrong for leaving the kid.
Of course the mom is wrong. But I want to protect the child. I don't want this little child to be woke up in the middle of the night and have to go to the police station.
So what's the woman supposed to do?
You sit there and you wait till the mom comes home.
What if it's...
You write off the birthday party and you never babysit for her again, and you demand double your salary and all those things that she agreed to ahead of time. But you don't put the child through that. Mm-hmm. Think about the kid, not yourself.
Michelle's on here from Port St. Lucie. Do you think this person is an a-hole for calling the cops, which got DCF involved here, Michelle?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I think that she did the right thing, because if this was something that the mother is used to doing, then imagine, what if something happened to the kid and nobody could get a hold of this mom? I came from a personal situation like this where when I was a kid, she would leave and nobody could get a hold of her. And I wish and pray that DCF, when I got older, was involved to rectify the situation, because she was not fit to be a mom. Mm-hmm. And in this case, if you're leaving your kid with somebody and you say you're going to be back at a certain time and you're not back until 3 a.m., you are not fit to be a mother. And you should not have that kid in your custody. Mm-hmm. So if DCF got involved, that's what should have happened, because anything could happen and that mother could be MIA.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think that was the right thing to do, because if it happened in the past, and she said that it had happened before where she would leave the kid for hours and hours at a time, where it turned in from a few hours to 8 hours, that mother should not have a child in her custody. If she doesn't want to be around that kid, then
right.
DCF should have been contacted way before. So,
yeah.
no, that is not a bad move by the babysitter. I think that was the right move.
So you think Virginia's wrong?
I do see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Michelle?
No, as far as the police go, when they come and pick up a child, they don't make that a traumatic experience. Mm-hmm. That is, they make it as not as pleasant, but they make it to where it's not a traumatic situation for the kid. So it's not like the kid was being traumatized by going with them at that time. What's traumatizing is knowing that you can't get a hold of your mom when you're supposed to be there for your kids. That is traumatizing. And then doing that, for however long or how often she does it. So, yeah, I don't think that was a problem at all. I don't think that was a bad decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I still disagree. I don't think doing it at midnight is the way to go. Maybe you call DCF and maybe you get them to look into it and do an investigation. But I'll never agree with waking a kid up in the middle of the night to leave with the cops.
Okay.
If I can keep a kid safe that night, call DCF tomorrow.
Yeah.
The mom should be investigated. I totally agree with that. The mom is a terrible mom.
74% of the chat room thinks DCF should have been called.
Okay, so Virginia's in the minority here.
They totally can be called. I just don't want the kid removed at midnight. I would stay there and I would skip my birthday party, but maybe call DCF the next day and tell them to investigate this mom.
Okay.
I'm learning two things in life. Mm-hmm. Never dog sit or babysit. A lot of problems happen.
Yeah.
You lost a cat one time. Remember that?
Well, the last time my dog sat, the dog ate everything in my house.
Kids don't do that typically.
That's
the only good thing about with kids.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to sound off, thanks for all the feedback in the KVJ TV chat room. Just go to YouTube and look for the KVJ Show. If you want to know if you're a jerk because of something you did, obviously it's not always 100% conclusive. Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com.
Listen up, y'all, cause here's the sitch. It's time for another round of Do It, Bitch. 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 Do it. Do it. Do it, bitch.
All right, here we go. Time to play, y'all. Who's going to be partnering up with whom? Okay, we got to get the name cup out here and draw out a name so that we can partner this up. Denny's is pulling out his partner's name right now. Who you got, Denny's?
Oh, the Suits.
Okay. All right.
I get
Denny's.
Suits in Virginia like every week.
Yeah, it's kind of the way it goes, huh?
It'd be nice to bring
we never get paired.
Mio versus Mio. I know it's a lot.
Okay.
I'd love to be with you.
Denny's and Suits here
Romantically.
tonight. All right, so he's got to figure out Virginia and Jaybird, who's going to be the gambler on your team.
So you pick. Just pick it quickly.
I want to be the gambler, and you're the one that has to do it, bitch.
Okay.
I'm just not on my game today.
Neither am I, so. Ooh.
Neither am I. Suits.
Are we just go ahead and waving the white
I
flag?
think this is called Don't Do It, bitch.
I am limping into the holidays.
You want me to be gambler or the? What are you thinking, Suits?
You can be the gambler.
All right, I'll be the gambler. I'm also thinking slow today.
Okay, Suits.
Suits had that hot hand
Yeah, he
last
did.
week.
That's right.
He did. That might be the right play.
He was hot.
Might be the right play.
Sometimes it's easier just to be the one to sit and do it, bitch. You know what I mean? Because when you're gambling, you gotta really.
It's so
It's a
stressful.
lot. I don't know. They both suck.
They are awful.
All right, the first topic we got today: liquids drunk cold.
Oh, that's my topic.
Okay. Well, here you go, Virginia. How many do you think Jaybird can name in 10 seconds?
All right. I do a lot of drinking cold stuff, but so does my partner. So I'm going to say Bird can name 5 liquids drunk cold.
Okay. What do you think there, Denny's? What are you going for with Suits?
I bet you Suits can name 7 liquids drunk cold.
Okay. All right, going with 7. Okay. Virginia, what do you think with Bird?
My Bird can do 8.
Whoa. Okay, we're at 8. Beverages you drink cold. What do you think, Denny's? Where are we going with this?
I'll say do it, Bird.
Do it, Bird. 8 and 10 seconds. Liquids drunk cold. Your time begins now.
Ginger ale, Kool-Aid, orange juice, apple juice, grape juice, grape soda, ginger ale, the Crystal Light. You've also got milk. You've got coconut oil. You've got.
Okay, I got you for a good 9.
All right, I just started saying things at the end.
Yeah.
Coconut oil.
I don't even know what I said.
Ginger ale
coconut
twice.
oil.
I guess if you chill it, man, I don't know.
Yeah, if you had the ginger ale twice.
Ginger ale
9.
twice.
He got 8.
I think he got 7.
I thought he got 7 too.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I think he got 8.
And he was supposed to get 8. All right. Yeah, we have to check on that.
It was tricky, I mean.
Yeah, I think because you're right. I think he did say ginger ale
I
twice.
said a bunch of stuff. I really have no idea. Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue this.
Yeah, we'll let the listeners.
Okay.
You forgot about booze.
It's not the best time to correct people.
Yeah,
That was
Bird.
tricky too, because I mean,
It's just not the best. Hey, you just struck out. Yeah, thanks. I know.
What's wrong with you?
We may not be the best team, Kevin.
You think?
Or coworkers.
Okay.
this game's just so stressful.
This game brings out the worst in you.
It does.
Okay, let's go here to Denny's and Suits. The next topic that we have here in Do It Bitch is Muppets. How many Muppets can you name in 10 seconds?
Oh gosh, I know Bird can list a lot of Muppets in 10 seconds.
Okay, Denny's is the gambler here. How many do you think Suits can name in 10 seconds?
Suits, I'm gonna go ahead and say he can get 5 in 10 seconds.
Okay, going 5. Virginia, what do you think about Jaybird?
Bird can definitely do 6.
Okay, Denny's, we going higher? We're calling them out. We're at 6.
I mean, jeez. Oh gosh, 6. I'm gonna go with. I mean, Suits should be able to name 7 Muppets because I know Bird can do 10. So
Yeah.
it sucks.
Okay, so we're at 7. Virginia, how you feel about your partner there? Can he do 8? We're at 7 right now.
We got stuck on 8 last round.
Okay, that is a tough number to get in 10 seconds. Want to push it higher?
But nobody on this show has more love for the Muppets than the Bird.
I still don't
true.
even know what happened in the first round, so my head's swimming.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to say the Bird can name 8 Muppets.
Say Bird can name 8. That's where we sit right now. Denny's, what is it going to be? Are we going to challenge the Bird to name the 8 Muppets?
I think we have to. We have to challenge the Bird. Do it, Bird. It's just like a Muppet in a second almost.
Okay. All right, here we go.
He loves the Muppets Take
All right,
Manhattan.
here we go.
All right, 10 seconds. Your time begins now.
Bert, Ernie, Cookie Monster, Count Dracula, Snuffleupagus, Big Bird. You've got Grover. You've got the chickens. You've got Mr. Cooper. You've got.
Are we counting the chickens?
Okay.
The chickens are part of Gonzo.
They are.
I know they were part of Gonzo.
Gonzo's chickens.
They're Muppets.
They are Muppets.
They
Yeah,
are a
you're right. They
character.
can be Muppets.
Okay.
If we count chickens, he got 8.
Yeah, I think he just got 8, so
Whew.
going to give him that. It is tied 1 apiece.
Nice job.
Okay. We will give him the
So it's
chickens.
1-1. Is that what's happening?
He didn't get the
1-1.
first point?
No, he did not.
Damn it.
No, he did not. Yeah, fell 1 short on that one.
And are we sure about this Muppet thing?
I think we
I'm
feel
not
pretty good
sure.
about it.
I
yeah.
feel good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chickens are Muppets.
I was just.
I mean, they are. They are
I was just
Muppets.
glancing at a Muppet list, and I think everything you said was on that list. So we're all good. I'll give you the chickens. Okay, so we're tied at 1 apiece in Do It Bitch.
Oh, God.
Virginia's the gambler for her team with Jaybird. Denny's is the gambler with his team with Suits. We're back to Virginia and Jaybird. Next topic is breakfast cereals that start with C.
What?
Breakfast cereals that start
with the letter
with
C.
C, with the letter C. This is the topic. How many, Virginia, can Jaybird name of that topic in 10 seconds?
The Bird loves cereal. The Bird's not so good at spelling. I'm going to say he can name 3.
And I absolutely can spell better than Virginia. She's not that smart. She's got a bigger mouth.
I think
Okay.
Suits could definitely do 4.
Okay, you think Suits is going to do 4? Virginia, are we going to drive that thing up a little bit more?
Yeah, I think we are.
Going to drive it up more.
I think the Bird can do 5.
Okay, Bird is at 5. Denny's, what do you think about with Suits here? And Do It Bitch.
I say do it. 5 cereals with C.
Okay, 5 cereals with the letter C. Okay, Jaybird, your time begins now.
Corn Puff, Corn Flakes, Cheerios, Cookie Crisp, Chex. You've got
I think that's all you need.
you've got Cheerios Light.
Okay,
Checks. I did not expect you to get checks.
Checks.
looking good, yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
Look at you.
Wow. The
Nice
man knows
word there,
cereals.
Bird. Yeah.
He
Nice word.
loves
Oh,
cereals.
Those were the. I thought of 4 of those. I thought I could get them with that checks.
Okay, there you
Put up
go.
on Chex, Denny's.
All right, Bird came through
You
on
always
that
bash
one.
checks.
I know, that's why I bashed it, because I was forced to eat it at times, and we were trying to be healthy. Never mind.
You're a beast, Bird.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
It's best out of 5. Virginia and Jaybird had the lead 2-1 over Denny's and Suits. Okay, here we go. Next round, Denny's. You have got control of this, and the topic is
Cruise ships.
Cruise ship.
I'm kidding.
Star Wars characters.
If you say cruise ships, you're going to have a mutiny.
G.I. Joe characters from 1982.
No, we need cruise ships.
okay. For the holidays, we're going to do department stores.
Oh.
Do they have to still be
stores.
alive?
No.
All right, it could be any time department
Yep.
stores.
Okay.
Yep. Any department stores, they had to officially have been a real life department store.
Interesting.
Okay. Denny's, how many do you think Suits can name? Department stores in 10 seconds.
I'm gonna start off at 5.
Okay, he is at 5. Virginia, what do you think about with Jaybird? How many can he name in 10 seconds?
Department stores?
Yep.
The Bird can name 6.
Okay. All right, Denny's.
That's a lot. 7 is a lot.
That is.
7's a lot. Jeez. I mean, there's so many. There's so many that I can think of. Department stores.
Question is, Bird, you want to keep pressing it?
So he's at 6. So
He's
Suits
at
would have to
6.
name 7.
It'd have to be at least 7.
7 department stores.
Yep.
Gosh, I'm gonna say do it. I just don't think Suits could do 7 department stores.
Okay. All right, Jaybird's got to name 6 in 10 seconds. Your time begins now.
Burdines, J.C. Penney's. You've got Walmart, Target. You've got Oshman's. You've got Zayre's. You've got Ames. You've got TJ Maxx.
I mean, does Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx, are those department stores?
I consider them department stores.
I always consider them on the extremities of the malls. Like a,
Denny's is really fighting over
Oh,
here.
yeah, no, he is. He should be.
this game.
Would you not consider Target a department store?
Well, to be a department store, you have to have different departments.
And so they do.
And yeah, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Target, it all comes up.
Really?
When you Google, department stores, they are listed because I believe it's all because they have different departments.
Oh, that's my fault, Suits. I thought it was mall department stores.
Zayres,
Yeah.
Oshman, those are older.
Oh, I recognize them.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the Targets, Walmart, and TJ Maxx. There was.
Bird's got it, Bird's got to win.
Whoa!
How about that?
Look at this.
After a very disappointing one round, the first round was terrible. Cold drinks, Bird.
You came back.
Okay.
You
Turn
came
around.
How about
back.
that? Virginia Jaybird get the win. That means that we've got Denny's and Suits for punishment. Okay, we got some losers here that got a punishment to do, and do it, bitch. It is going to be Denny's and Suits today, and their punishment is...
A naked mile.
Oh, okay.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, now she wants all these crazy punishments
Yeah,
since
now-
she
Yeah.
didn't lose.
Now
Let's
she's in the
go.
free and clear.
You can wear nothing but an elf hat and you have to run a mile.
While you hold a torch.
Okay, what we got for them here is what's called the Fa La La Challenge. They've got to make a video of them approaching 5 different people singing Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly to see if anybody will actually respond with Fa La 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 La.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So we'll have them put together that montage. We'll have a video. That is their homework assignment that is due in here tomorrow of them approaching. So there'll be 10 different people total on that. And we'll see, will anybody actually respond with Fa La 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 La.
They just have to go into random places.
Yes.
I love
Anywhere
it.
there's somebody in public. So.
Oh, Virginia would have hated
Oh,
that.
I would have hated that. That would have been such a punishment for me.
I would have loved it. She would have hated it.
I love that we get a video, though, of all the fun.
Yeah. It will be something that you'll be able to check out tomorrow. Who would you side with here? Your husband or your mother? This email that we got here says that my husband has a standoff going with my parents that is threatening to ruin Christmas if I can't get the issue resolved. My mother made a comment in Spanish about our daughter, about her not being nice. Well, this was said within earshot of my husband. Now, our daughter doesn't yet know these words, but it doesn't matter to my husband, who is demanding an apology from my mom. He says that if she can't respect our daughter enough to not say bad things about her in a cowardly way, that she is not fit to look after our daughter. I told my mom this, and she got so upset. So my husband went to go see my mom to tell her why he has no tolerance for people who is saying negative words in our daughter's presence about her. It's just something he won't stand for. Well, my mom said that our family has always done this kind of stuff and that my husband needs to get a thicker skin or he's going to ruin our daughter. My mom basically called him soft, and that didn't sit well with my husband. So now my mom and husband are not speaking to each other, and my husband wants nothing to do with them for the holidays. He says until my mom can agree to not say damaging words about our child in her presence, that she does not get any privileges to see her. My mom is very stubborn and says that no one will ever tell her what she can and cannot say. My husband expects me to be a united front, but this means cutting off my parents from their granddaughter. I'm caught between two strong-willed people, and I don't know how I can win when neither will budge. Any suggestions?
Oh,
Drink.
yeah. Grab a coquito.
See, when it comes to these kind of things, one of the people in the party has to have less of an ego and compromise and not take things as seriously and be more of the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Someone has to. If not, you're going to have constant conflict here. You're not going to ever be able to control the old dogs, the old grandparents. You're just not. You're not going to be able to control your family members. They're going to say crazy stuff about you and your family at times.
Sure.
I think you teach your kids that, hey, grandpa or grandma, they say mean things sometimes. But I think you don't have to make it a big deal to where we're ruining Christmas here either.
How old is the kid? Do they say that? Because, I mean, if the kid doesn't speak Spanish and doesn't understand the statement, I mean, kind of, the kid wasn't damaged by it. The dad's just pissed
We're
about
making
it.
a big deal, and we don't need to make such a big deal about this.
I think he's trying to set an early precedent that I am protecting my daughter's mental health as well. And people saying disparaging words about her in her presence is not something that I'm going to tolerate, and we're not going forward with this. And I think that grandma is saying, look, this is just the way our family's always been. We rib each other. We say little cutting remarks to one another. So you just need to get over it because this is just how we live life. And he's like, I'm not going to tolerate that kind of stuff. You saying negative stuff about my daughter.
If I was him, I would speak my piece and go, look, I don't like you talking about my daughter that way. I don't want you doing it, blah, blah. Speak your piece and then let it go and then see how this develops.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And if she continues, you know, but you at least told her, I don't like you. But now you're also not ruining. You told her the issue. You told her what was wrong, but you're also not ruining Christmas either.
Yeah. I think the compromise in here, and if you are the wife dealing with the strong-willed husband and mom, I would go to your husband first and say, I will stand with you. I agree that my mom should not be saying words that are disparaging about our kid in her presence in Spanish or not. It doesn't matter. And I will be the first to tell her that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And we will make a stand for that, and we'll continue to work with our daughter. But do you cut off every family member that could be toxic to a child's development? And then if that were the case, how much of our family would actually see anybody in our family?
Well, I mean, like Virginia said, the kid isn't damaged by that. That's why you have a conversation with the mom. We're not putting up with this. You're not doing this, blah, blah, blah. And then you see how it develops.
And also, let the daughter be the heavy. You know, you don't want your son-in-law telling you what to do. You'll take it better from your daughter. And so the daughter needs to step up and assume that role of putting her mother in her place.
Agreed.
If she chooses to say negative things about her own grandchild, it's not going to be tolerated, and it's going to be called out, and it's going to be uncomfortable. And come on, Mom.
You do gotta, support your mate.
You do.
Nah, but I also think, though, if your mate's completely wrong, you don't have to support them either. You always gotta support your mate. No, not if they just murdered somebody.
But the mate is right on this one, and Grandma's on the wrong side of the argument. And you gotta tell Grandma, look, we're not gonna put up with this, but you don't cancel Christmas.
Tell her all this, but just know, too, it's hard for these old dogs to train.
Yeah, it is.
Or not train, but change it.
Well, Yasik said, some Hispanic parents are like that. If you're fat, they're going to tell you that you're fat. If your outfit ain't right, they'll call you a bum, etc.
That's not just Hispanic parents. That's Italian parents, too.
Yeah, and so, that just might be the case. But I think addressing it when it happens and say, you can be the first watch, but if your mom steps out of line and whatever it may be, if she's Gordo calling the kid fat or whatever it might be, you need to step up and say, Mom, we're not doing that. That's not happening in this house. And if you can't stop with the words, you're going to need to leave.
I think there's a balance with all this stuff because you also don't want your kid to be too soft. When your kid goes out in the world, they're going to hear mean things. They're going to hear mean things about themselves. So to act like that's never going to happen, too, you don't want your kid to be too soft either. It's a balance. I love kids, though, Virginia. I don't know if you knew that or not. Never been married. Have no idea what I'm talking about.
And you are soft.
But I like to talk about it.
I think that you're probably in a situation where it happens quite often that grandparents say things like, we don't necessarily love that, but
you kidding
that's
me?
just kind of the way that it is. And you just need to gently talk to them, say, hey, we are trying to raise our child this way. And I know you used to call everybody in the family fat, Mom, but that's just something that we just don't want to do anymore.
Grandma Coleman used to worry I was going to sell balloons at Disney World. Don't know how this makes sense because I walked on the balls of my feet. So, okay. He's going to sell.
You were light, yeah.
He's going to sell balloons at Disney. We have to fix his feet. What's wrong with selling balloons at Disney? I never understood that. It's a bizarre comment.
We apologize if any balloon peddlers are listening.
But I don't even know why it's a disparaging comment.
Yeah, people still trying to help out this mom here. She's caught between her husband and her own mother, who is saying disparaging words about their young daughter in Spanish. The husband apparently knows what those words are, and even though the daughter doesn't, he's like, I don't want your mom saying those kind of words. Our kid's going to get a complex. But somebody texted in and said, look, we got to teach our kids how to handle difficult people. You got to build up their self-esteem, and they are going to hear things, and people are going to say things about them that's not going to be friendly and nice, and this is a teachable moment. It is sad when it is Abuelita that is doing it.
Yes.
But, it is going to happen, unfortunately, even with family members. So,
Abuela is mean.
Yeah.
She's mean.
Well,
so maybe just tell your kid that.
The other thing, too, is sometimes people are, especially older people, I've noticed. There's some older people in my family. They have really big hearts, and if you get down past the toughness, Aunt Ann was kind of like that, where she could be a little rough with how she talked in the beginning, and once that kind of subsided a little bit, she was the biggest softie you would ever meet.
Once you know them,
Yes.
you know they don't mean anything by it, but there's kind of that cushion, that period to getting to it.
Rest in peace, Aunt Ann, but she would absolutely say things to you going, damn, what? Wait, that
Damn, Ann.
That ain't right. But
She slice and dice you.
yes, a little bit at times that could happen, yes.
Cut you up.
A little bit.
I love the listener cut up Kevin.
Oh,
It was the best.
She was good
that
at
was
it.
sport for
She
her.
would love it.
Well, she was just finishing off what my mom didn't get done.
They had a relay, and she just passed the baton.
Yeah. Now, this is some other family drama that's going on here. Jaybird, you said you know a woman whose husband has decided to tell his family now before Christmas that he is leaving her for another woman.
2 kids. He wants a divorce, and he's telling her a week and a half before Christmas.
Damn.
Crazy, right? Yeah, she's devastated, apparently.
Oh, yeah, she's devastated.
Yeah.
Permission to talk about it.
Now, her family thinks that he should have waited until after the holidays, but he didn't want to have a, quote, fake Christmas in his heart.
That's what he told her. I just didn't want to have a fake Christmas in my heart, so I'm telling you now.
Did she know the relationship was rocky or blindsided?
She was blindsided by it, and
he's been having an affair?
Yep. And he's basically saying, I know I know I'm a piece of crap. I know I shouldn't have done this, but he
right.
drops that right there.
He's right, at least.
Do I know these people?
You don't. You really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's tough, and that's terrible, and it's there's no way that you can say, who cares about your damn heart? What about your kids?
Well,
even if it's over with you and your wife, that's all fine and good. But yeah, I mean, first of all, divorce is tough on kids, not having daddy there, and you're going to do this right before Christmas.
Well, he took some of his stuff out of the house so the kids know about it. This is all right before Christmas. It's thrown the entire family completely.
If you care about your kids and how they feel and their well-being, this is something that you would handle the right way.
You wait till after Christmas before you do something like this.
Big time.
When it's this close, yes.
Yeah, big time.
This is different than boyfriend girlfriend breaking up before Christmas. You've got kids involved, so your strategy has got to be different.
No, yeah, the kids involved. I think it's cold regardless. If you're married. Even in a serious relationship, I think it's cold. And that's why they talk about a lot of people. Hey, you get to this date, just if you don't want to be so jerky, don't break somebody's heart during the holidays.
Yeah.
And I mean, a fake Christmas in your heart, what the hell is that anyway? You're a grown-ass man. Like, what is this? You're not 6. It's not about you having a magical Christmas.
Well, it is about him, and that's what he's telling you. He's very selfish.
Well,
Yeah,
the dirty details is the woman that he's having the affair with is putting the pressure on him to tell the wife and to leave the wife. So that's what's going on. It has to be done now. And they're soulmates, all that kind of stuff. That was the talk they had.
Well, I mean, you're more soulmates with your kids. You got to put your kids first, not the side piece. Put your kids first, and think about how they're going to feel. They're going to always associate the breakup of their family with Christmas.
Okay, what if you're dating somebody and you want to break up? Do you go through Christmas for that? There's no kids involved. It's boyfriend, girlfriend.
Dump them.
Dump them. As soon as there are kids involved. What about a marriage? You're just married, no kids. Can you drop the divorce word before this early or this close to Christmas?
I mean, it's still cold, but
You really are going
with the kids, I think it's the next level.
It is different with it. The kids make everything different.
Yeah, they do. Big time.
But
yeah.
if
Not a fan of what he's doing.
If you and the queen were married without any kids and she wanted a divorce, would you want her to wait till after Christmas, or if she doesn't want to be with you?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
I'm with you.
Go
on
ahead and
that.
go. Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, a lot of this you got to realize you kind of age out of Christmas, and at a certain point you're putting on a show for somebody else's own great memories.
There's no need to
and that's your kids.
prolong the inevitable or pain.
Yeah, you're robbing your child of joy for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you want to dip it somewhere else for Christmas.
Dip it.
That's right.
You're right. Dip it.
Yeah. We ain't talking cookies, Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha
ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
I mean, who says it's fake? There's a wrestler who stabbed a referee in the head with an iron spike.
Dang.
So violently that the man was forced to go to the hospital. And now they've banned this independent wrestler, Devon Nicholson, who also goes by the name Hannibal or the Blood Hunter. He attacked the referee, stabbing him in the head several times at World Class Pro Wrestling's Christmas Star Wars in Texas.
Well, that's not very Christmas of you.
No, it's not.
Christmas stabbing?
The referee had to go to a local hospital and required surgery for a torn artery.
Dang.
I mean, what the heck? And now the Blood Hunter is being investigated by cops and has been banned from all future events.
Wow.
I mean, that's just some crazy stuff, isn't it? Wow.
It's still real to me, damn it!
That's my favorite clip. We have to keep that clip. We can add, please keep
It's
that
still
clip.
real to me, damn it!
I love it so much.
You ever seen the grown white male sitting in the stands, Virginia, at a wrestling convention?
Seen him. I married him.
No,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a classic clip where the wrestlers they're in this low budget high school gym and they've got these people watching and they're
Yeah.
doing a question answer. These are some older legends,
Yeah.
and this guy gets on the mic.
It's still real to me, damn it! I mean,
Take it easy, man.
They're consoling him.
Yo, guys,
Take it easy.
you're awesome.
Thank you for what you've done in the ring. Oh, it's amazing.
Minus the accent. That's my husband.
That is such a great, because he's crying. He's so just taken back by what they've done, and I agree. They're legends in the square circle.
Yeah, they are. So there you go. I don't know how he feels about spikes in the jugular, but
That's a little much. I think once you get into stabbing, you've lost the essence of wrestling.
boy, this is quite a full tweet. Former U.S. Senate candidate and first Maine resident to catch COVID, Max Lynn, was found dead in a hot tub after being sued for pulling a gun on a former aide during a cryptocurrency disagreement. What?
Whoa. He was murdered over cryptocurrency?
I think he had a bad ticker. And kind of like Big on his Peloton, cashed out.
But the Peloton didn't kill him, though.
Yeah.
Although they say in Sex in the City, yeah, Peloton killed him.
And somebody texted and said, my uncle died of a heart attack on a Peloton.
Damn.
Okay.
These godless Pelotons are killing everyone.
I mean, they really did double down in the writing about how the Peloton killed Big.
Peloton's like, what do we do?
A man in Singapore was caught driving with a suspended license, so he pretended to be his brother. But that wasn't a good idea because his brother was also wanted by the police.
Oh.
Yeah. Make sure you got a crime-free twin. There was a man that parked a stolen car in a parking spot reserved for law enforcement in a Walmart in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Saturday.
That's ballsy.
And when the cops looked up the plates, they found it was stolen and waited for the driver, who got back in the vehicle, and they arrested him immediately.
I mean, you are an idiot, and you deserve to spend the holidays behind bars, you
Yes,
dope.
you do. Yeah, it's just dumb all the way through. An accidental shooting led police in New Hampshire to a house that was overrun with more than 70 cats.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently it didn't smell good from all the feline feces and urine. The man who got shot claims that he was just cleaning his gun and accidentally shot himself.
You said 70 cats?
70 cats he
Oh
had.
my
One of the
gosh.
cats probably shot him.
Yeah.
I am trying to do some quick math here.
70 cats. That's disgusting.
70 cats. Okay. That is 630 lives.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know you're not supposed to do math.
I nailed it, though.
He just had to. He just had to. There's a 7-foot beehive that was found in a couple's shower tiles in St. Pete, Florida. They called in bee removal after they kept hearing buzzing in their home.
7 feet long?
Yeah.
Dang.
A 7-foot beehive full of both bees and honey. Ooh. Honey.
Can you eat the honey then?
Oh,
That sounds
man.
kind of awesome.
Yeah, I think you could.
I was watching some show where these hunters found a honey ball or honeycomb or honey nest, honey sack, I don't know what you call it. And it was worth so much money. These big honey pouches are worth tons of money.
Huh.
Yeah, you can sell it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's that pure honey.
Get a booth at the green market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They gotta jar it.
Then you gotta
It's a lot of work.
package it.
The Coca-Cola company has recalled Minute Maid drinks sold in multiple states, not in Florida, though. They say that some of these drinks were contaminated by quote-unquote foreign matter. And Food Safety News is reporting that the foreign matter is specifically metal bolts or washers.
Oh, damn.
How about shucking down your delicious ice-cold Minute Maid with a nice bolt in it?
I'm glad they at least explained what the foreign matter was, because you really play mind games with people saying there's foreign matter in your orange juice.
Right.
If it's a bolt and a screw, you know it was like some kind of mechanical failure.
Yes.
But if it's like Ralph on the line peed in some of the containers.
Yeah.
It just sounds like someone did something too
Right.
Yeah, it
close
does.
to the...
We
Yeah.
need to know that Ralph is not urinating in our orange juice.
Bolts I can deal with. You're right.
Yeah, bolts. You can't
are-
deal with Ralph.
Yeah, it's just mechanical failure.
Okay. There's a transgender woman that's getting backlash on TikTok after saying that she doesn't always tell men that she's trans before flirting with them. She said she's not lying to them. She just doesn't always feel like blurting it out right away. Okay.
Wait a minute. People got contentious and started arguing on social media?
I know, right?
What? For clicks and shares and comments? What?
I mean, come on, you know? So what? We'll get to all that stuff a little bit later, right? I mean, trans or not.
It's still real to me, damn it!
That's right. Still real to me.
We gotta keep that clip.
There's a video that's gone viral of 10 teachers doing a Dash for Cash contest against each other on an ice rink in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Looked like it was a amateur kind of hockey match, minor league type thing. They had $5,001 bills put out on a blanket, and teachers had less than 5 minutes to grab all the money they could. Now, the money was supposed to be for school-related stuff, and it's getting a lot of backlash now. People calling it disgusting and grotesque that teachers actually have to put in such a clown-like position just to get money for their class in the first place. They say most teachers spend about $750 out of pocket every year on supplies for their school.
Easily, and I think it's more for some.
Yeah, so
he's
don't
right.
make them do a clown show. Just give them money. That's what
It
they're
really
saying.
is crazy, some of the supplies they have to buy out of their own
Oh,
pocket.
yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
And everyone knows it. Everybody, the school board, everyone knows it, and it still happens.
Yeah, we need to get together and do a supply drive. That would be a good thing to do starting off the year for teachers.
Amen.
I know kids, we do that, but yeah, we should do for teachers too and not overlook them. Say, hey, we'll get you some of the stuff you need.
And that supply is alcohol.
Fireball specifically.
Legal weed if you got your card.
How about this? There was a cab driver in India that's going viral after he saw an injured monkey on the side of the road, popped out and gave it CPR,
Dang.
including mouth-to-mouth, and saved the monkey's life.
Dang.
How about that, huh?
And now him and the monkey are bonded for life.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Got a new co-pilot.
That's awesome.
That is kind of cool, huh?
Aw.
There's a woman on TikTok that went viral for a challenge she created called the Trade Me Project, where she turned a bobby pin into a house through 28 trades over a year and a half.
I've always seen this.
She did that thing, yeah, where she just kept trading up. I think we did that one time a long, long time ago, where we started with something like that, and we trade it for one thing, and then we take whatever that person gave us and trade it for something a little better.
And he ends up getting some kind of, like, you can get a Rolls Royce by the end of it. It's always some crazy end goal.
She wound up getting a tiny little house in Tennessee out of it.
But, so, what's the science behind that? Is that just because some people will part?
Well, some person will say, hey, I'll give you something that may have slightly more value for a bobby pin. Why not? Just for the fun of it. And then you just slowly, incrementally keep increasing the value of what you get.
You get a person that has something maybe of less value, or more value, but they have something you want that's of less value. Yeah. I know that did not make sense.
No, it didn't make a lick of sense.
What?
I wanted to stop you, but I like to laugh at
I
you.
could tell by Kevin's face.
What?
Kevin's
Where are you going there?
Kevin's face went
It's a
real
little
blank.
muddy.
I didn't even know what I was saying. Never mind.
Drink. All right, got some would you rathers here. Not that either one is a good outcome, but you got to choose the lesser of two evils. So which would it be? Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck? What do you think?
I think giraffe neck, I could really make it work. The elephant trunk, I mean, that's just going to change so much about your face, and your face is your base.
Hide your cocaine around that guy.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, he could take down a pile from 7 feet away.
I mean, and a lot of it.
Yeah.
To wipe out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, imagine if you got a cocaine problem.
I would love to have a giraffe neck. I think that'd be great.
That's what you would go with?
I think so.
But you'd have to drive a convertible, and it'd be tough indoors.
Also scared of heights. Not sure how that's going to work out.
Yeah. You'd have to have all turtleneck sweaters.
I think I'm going giraffe, man.
We could rock the giraffe neck. I really believe in us.
But I actually could rock a elephant nose, too. Let me think this through.
I would go
That's
with
going to be hard. Think about what you're trying to make out with a girl.
I would own it, though.
It's going to get in the way.
I'd incorporate it, actually.
Oh, my.
If all is, is down with that.
Yeah.
You got to use the cards you got. And if I have trunk face, we're using this trunk.
Oh, yeah.
If you're into it.
It would be like an extra arm.
It would be an extra thing you could explore with.
Pleasure device.
Well, I'm just saying, we're going to put this trunk to work.
Okay.
Wow, okay. You've made me think differently.
I think I'm going trunk.
Going trunk now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sticking
Kinky
with
little
giraffe neck.
Okay. Would you rather be stranded on an island alone or with someone you hate?
Alone.
Man, it really depends on who it is that I hate, because I don't really hate that many people.
Yeah, you do. You hate.
No,
you're required to hate everybody I hate.
I dislike a lot of people who I would hate to be around, but I don't know if I hate them. As I feel like I'd rather have a person that I dislike than have nobody.
Okay.
Because eventually you're gonna go crazy.
And kill them.
You need somebody there.
You do.
I think you do, man.
Well, I mean, Tom Hanks made it with the volleyball for a friend.
I know.
Yeah, but that looked kind of nutty.
Well, maybe if you hate them, you can plot to kill them and eat them. So then they give you sustenance.
Or maybe when you spend time with them, you realize that it was misunderstood and you actually like them.
That's what I'm thinking, but that would only work if it was someone I don't know, two people that got divorced who really hate each other, where there was bad blood and drama done. Could they really?
Oh, that'd be tough, right?
Could they eventually get to that point? Oh, we're peace, solitude. Oh, let's forgive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hope.
Maybe they'd have time to talk it through, work it out.
It's a great spiritual social experiment.
Okay.
We should take two really bad divorcees and throw them out on an island together and see how that goes.
Divorce Island.
Peanut Island.
Divorce Island. Oh, my God.
This could be our new show, man.
I mean, they hate each other.
Yeah.
The stats of what they've done to one another is just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And then Divorce Island.
Yeah.
They're there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Do
10
they?
years.
Do they finally, come together?
That's a long show.
It's a long show. So is Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't stop them.
All right. So what do you think? Would you rather find true love or $10 million? Would you rather? What is better, finding true love or $10 million? Where do you think you are with this, Virginia?
I think I'm going to go the money, Kev. 10 mil.
But I think for this, you really have to take out all jaded feelings. If you're saying true love, this is knock you on your ass. Butterflies, just the whole thing, the stuff movies are made of.
Yeah. It leads to the whole thing, and the thing that you would question is, does your true love lead to family? And then there's even more love that you have in there. So there's just a whole big bundle of love, and then you've just got a lot of cash. What would make you happier in the end? Having this abundance of love and having an amazing family, or $10 million to go out and run around, but you don't find love in that time?
Jay Bird 10 years ago, he would have said love. Jay Bird today, give me the money.
Give me the money, huh? Show me the money.
Radio's made me cold, y'all.
Yeah.
Give me the money.
Yeah. Most people probably choose what they don't have.
Right.
And not
That's
a lot
what
of
it
people get
is.
that money, so I'm sure a majority of people are going, give me the money.
Love is overrated.
I have the love. Yeah, let's ride the money and see how that one plays.
Exactly. Yeah, we've seen love before. I haven't seen 10 mil. What's that like?
Okay. Would you rather have one wish granted today or 3 wishes granted in 10 years?
Question.
Yeah.
In 10 years, are you able to go back in time, or is it one of those things where you can't make yourself younger? You have to I'm just trying to make sure the rules of the
So
wishes.
when you get there in 10 years, you'd be like, hey, I want this, and for my third wish, I want you to take me back 10 years. So you have two things as opposed to one, and you're at the same place in time.
I just feel like when you get 3 wishes, you can't cheat the system, and there's got to be parameters. If not, then it's just, it's lawless.
I think the only rule that they always have against wishes is you can't ask for more wishes. So that's the only one I'll say. So
Okay.
you could do that, and that would be beating the system. But the way the system beats you, you die in year 9 before you get to your wishes.
Yeah, a bird in the hand, bird.
That's what it is. So you're not guaranteed you'll even get to those wishes at all. You're saying, hey, no problem. I'll definitely be alive in 10 years. But will you?
Nothing is guaranteed, bird.
I know.
You live hard, bird.
I almost died the other day. Almost get hit
What
by,
happened?
Almost got hit by a bus.
Really?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Were you on foot?
I was on foot. I got to get
I've
off.
always said this. You're going to get hit by a bus, and then you almost got hit by a bus?
I don't know if it would have killed me, but it would have jolted my spirit a bit. I would have felt
I don't
it.
know. You versus a bus. My money's on the bus.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, the bus feels like it should win.
It should, even if it's only going like 10, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, that'd just be my thought. Why'd you put your jacket in the toilet, Virginia? That doesn't seem like a good move.
I
get
was in a
that.
hurry, and I had my grandma coat on, as Jay Bird calls it. So I whipped it off to go pee-pee, and
Yeah.
half my jacket fell in the toilet.
Your Forever 98 got.
My Forever 98 jacket.
that's-
It's now, I think I have to throw it away.
No, you can wash that. Nah, you're right. It's work. You can throw it away.
It's the work
I thought about it
toilet.
for a second. It's work toilet. You got to burn that.
I think I have to burn it, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know. That may be the only way to go with it.
Damn, that's how this jacket went out. She had a good run.
Don't feel bad. The other day I was in my Jeep and I was trying. There's like a blind side, so I put my head out as I was driving to make sure the lane was cool. And I had to put my head out. My hat flies right off. Damn it! And I couldn't. I was too far. I couldn't make a U-turn to go get it.
You shouldn't.
No.
It's too chaotic. Chalk it up as a loss.
Just gone.
I really
huh?
like that hat too.
Yeah. Just gone. So 100 years ago, what were kids asking for Christmas? Well, the St. Augustine Record every year used to publish letters to Santa. They stopped doing it in the 1970s, but they had a good 70 years of publishing kids' wish lists for Christmas. And now you can look back 100 years to see what kids were asking for. And there are a couple things that stood out here. What was popular back in the day? From all the wish lists I'm looking at, there's a lot of requests for dolls. that are out there.
Okay.
And they were all nothing short of horrific.
They're creepy. They're like those porcelain-faced dolls.
Or they look like those Raggedy Ann dolls where they're missing a button eye.
Yeah, and apparently they would do things because Margaret Windsor asked Santa 100 years ago. She wanted a baby doll that looks to be 1 year old that would have a nice trunk full of clothes, and I'd like for it to walk and talk. I mean, they have that kind of technology in 1921 for walking, talking dolls?
Yes, it was called Possession.
Wow. Okay.
Girl, your doll is possessed by a demon.
Merry Christmas. I just crapped my
Yeah.
pants.
Some of the other things she's looking for: pink bedroom slippers with rabbits on them,
Ooh, I want those.
a bicycle, and a pair of skates.
Okay, so kids are still asking for the same kind of stuff.
Some of it, yeah. There's a lot of requests for dolls. Some of the stuff that I saw, this is from Peter Pierce to Santa back in 1921. He wanted a puppy, a bass drum, a tool chest, an electric train, a football, a walking cane, a bicycle, and a sand dumper, whatever that is, plus a pop gun with a stopper.
I mean, come on, kid. Can we cut back a few items on this list?
I mean, there's a depression around, right?
Yeah. What are your parents?
1921.
Were they the
You
Rockefellers?
get no train,
St.
but
Augustine.
Here, take some crumbs, kid.
The
These
kid
rich
has like
Florida kids.
30 things deep on his list.
Take this pebble and have fun and be thankful.
Yes. And other things. There was a girl, Mary Estelle Coley, who was asking for gifts not only for her, but also for her younger sister. She wants a nice big sulky doll, is what she wants. And then she says, my sister wants a broom. What? Kids were asking for brooms 100 years ago?
Which kids?
I mean, if there was ever a time for which kids to be around, it's in olden times.
We've got here where Robert, 100 years ago, asked Santa for a paint set, a ball and glove, a storybook, and something called a jigger, whatever that might be. Apparently it was popular 100 years ago.
Some of this stuff sounds not so bad.
Yeah, it's stuff where you're like, okay, anything from a fire truck, a cowboy suit that Jack and Paul wanted, some marbles, a ball, a knife, some games. The one thing that did kind of stand out to me that was on a lot of kids' wish lists was food. Like Mary asked for plenty of oranges, nuts, apples, bananas, candy tangerines, and some horns for us all.
Yeah, dog, I think they were hungry back then.
Yeah, and she wasn't the only one. Like another kid asked for plenty of oranges, nuts, and candy. That's what kids were asking Santa for 100 years ago.
I was going after the oranges. That's not the way I would go.
They thought that was awesome back in the day. If you got an orange, you're like, yeah, nuts. Hey, here we go. All right.
Not to sound ungrateful, but I am real pissed off if you just get me some oranges and nuts.
You have too much access to fresh fruit. I think back in the day it was a little bit more precious.
That was considered a delicious pizza pie.
Right. It was something special.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, an orange.
Now you don't even look twice at the oranges. You walk right by them.
I'm a kumquat man.
I know that.
Yeah, something like that. How about that?
I like learning about these things, Kevin.
Well, it's just kind of interesting. A snapshot 100 years ago, what kids then were looking for. So, Virginia, what again is on Rocco's list this year?
Oh my gosh. He wants one of those fingerprint locks for his room so that his fingerprint is the only way to open the door.
So can you imagine in 100 years when they're looking back at Rocco's list?
Well, could you imagine 100 years ago them seeing someone use a finger lock like that? They're, oh my gosh!
What the heck is going on? What kind of wizardry is this?
Yes.
They think you're a warlock.
He wants a mainframe computer, also and an Apple Watch.
So cheap stuff.
Yeah, affordable.
An Apple Watch.
Wow.
I'm not feeling these Apple Watches. They're very distracting if you're trying to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah. No.
Always
really
looking and texting. And
yeah. So some very interesting stuff that they used to do back in the day. I always love hearing this. Your best piece of advice. What is it you've got? We asked for people to share on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can go there and just drink in tons of wisdom. Like Matt, who said, my best piece of advice, don't listen to Virginia.
oh, damn, the witch. This close to Christmas, they're coming for you.
And I could not possibly care less.
She really doesn't care.
I really don't care.
Didn't figure that. Michelle said, pee when you can, not when you have to.
That's great advice. I like that.
Pee when you have a pee window.
Yeah.
Not when you're doing the pee-pee dance.
Well, not when you got to push it to the limit. There's nothing worse than being stuck in an area where you can't get to a bathroom.
You're right.
Because now because you have to talk about it. Oh, I got to go pee.
Yeah.
Can we go pee?
When you see the opportunity, grab it to pee.
That's what they're saying. True wisdom.
I don't hate that.
True wisdom right there. Thank you very much for that. Also, we got Dana who said, don't get married in your 20s. That is her piece of advice.
Or 30s, or 40s, or
See,
50s.
we keep going, yeah.
I mean,
Just don't get
somebody's
married.
he's holding strong.
You ain't gonna get this.
The resolve is tall.
I'm not breaking.
Okay. Ashley, her best piece of advice is be steadfast in your goals and flexible in your methods. Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to be flexible with that comment. Nope, I'm gonna be stubborn.
Okay. Chris said, act confident until you are.
Fake it till you make it. My
That's
mom
it.
always preached that.
Fake it till you make it to a point.
Well, yes.
Because, I mean, if you know nothing and you tell people you know what you're doing, you can cause a lot of trouble.
I'm talking
I've
more...
seen that happen too,
Yeah.
where you just say that you know how to do all this stuff and you're clueless.
Well, if you're gonna fake it till you make it, you have to still make it.
You have to
can't
make
fake
it
till you fake it still.
You got to fake it, and then you got to Google it and learn it
But
and apply it and live it.
There's a type of person that is able to fake it till they make it and get away with it and then be good at their craft.
Totally. But you have to actually make it.
Another great piece of advice. Johnny said, there are no shortcuts to places worth going. That's his piece of advice. So if you're trying to find the easy way to get to something desirable, Johnny's saying you can't do it.
Read that one again.
There are no shortcuts to places worth going.
I disagree.
I disagree with that too, because that's almost an absolute statement.
You got to figure out what the shortcut might be. And if there isn't one, well, then still try to get there. But sometimes there are shortcuts. It's not what you know. Sometimes it's who you know.
But then he would argue, was it worth really going to that place? If you didn't get the grit and you took the shortcuts, is it really? That would be his counter. But to your point, yeah, it does work. I think there are ways that you do shortcuts.
Okay.
Am I talking to him?
Yeah.
Stop, whatever. You got a lot of nerve. 3 times a day dirt.
Well, you asked the question.
Well, I know.
Another great piece of advice from the KVJ Show Facebook page. Get everything in writing, even if you think you don't need it. An email, a text message, something in case things don't go as planned.
Amen. Even with contracts amongst friends, any kind of dealings, get it in writing.
Denny's taught me that. He takes a screenshot of every little piece of work he does, just so if he gets called out, he's got it right there in a screenshot.
It's good, yeah.
It's
Smart.
It's really good.
And I would even take it a step further, and I would recommend that you put a deadline and a penalty also in your contracts for things that are not acknowledged or given or done.
Oh, I could give an hour speech of what not to do in a contract.
Oh, yeah.
We wrote the book.
I could do a TED Talk of what not to sign.
Yes.
And how to go about it all the wrong way.
We don't know the right way. We can just tell you how not to do it.
That TED Talk would be on point.
This is a piece of advice I'd never heard, and this is kind of fascinating if you're in the housing market. It says here, when checking out a house to rent or to buy, make sure to number and position all of the plug sockets in each room. Too few and at odd locations can be a sign that the wiring in the house or apartment is old and hasn't been redone for a long time. Or if it's in a new building, it can be a sign of a cheap rush job. Both can take a long time to put right and be very costly. So if you're buying a place, look at the number and positioning of the sockets. Apparently
Okay.
it tells a lot. Never heard that.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Somebody else, their best piece of advice: if you get stabbed, keep the knife in the wound and don't pull it out. Okay.
What if the assailant pulls it out? Do you try to get it back and put it back in?
No, I think you just leave it. Yeah, and if they pull it out, then, well, then you're screwed.
I think if you're bleeding, you got to put pressure on the
Yes.
wound. Don't let the blood come out. Do anything you can to keep your blood in you.
By my defense, if I'm getting stabbed or someone's trying to murder me, just try to out-weird the murderer. Maybe you get through.
After you've been stabbed?
I mean, if he's stabbing you and you don't want to be stabbed anymore, start hissing.
Tell him you got a joke for him.
I don't know, just throw him off. That's my plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. And I know I'm getting murdered.
Dead man walking.
Another piece of advice: when a kid shows you a drawing, instead of saying, "What is it?" ask them, "Well, can you tell me about it?" Because they'll be excited to tell you about it, and they won't feel defeated when it's not obvious to you what it is.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when they hand you something they've drawn, they know exactly what it is. And then when you ask, what is it? They're like, oh, man, does it look like a pterodactyl?
Sometimes, too, I think kids need to hear that everything they're doing is, this is how the world is.
You're not that great of an artist, little Johnny.
You're not that. Your dragon kind of sucks.
You better pick it up in math, because arts ain't for you.
It's like Spanish abuelita all over again.
Like, damn it, kid, it does not look like a dragon.
Another piece of advice: apologize to your children. If you were wrong, say sorry and mean it.
That's big.
Okay.
Because you teach them that it's okay to make mistakes and they can apologize and everything's cool.
Mm-hmm. And another piece of advice somebody has: turn on these subtitles for your kids. Studies have shown that it's proven to help with reading.
Ah.
Okay.
And always check your blind side.
Okay.
Always.
All right. There you go. Some great advice. Oh, so much wisdom is coming in. People dropping off their best piece of advice that they have. Like, look before you squat. As in, look for TP before going, not after it. Boy, if you've sat down and you committed and then you look over and you're like, oh, no, there's no toilet paper. You're doing that really embarrassing weird duck walk.
Always check, too, what you're wiping your face with. Make sure it's not some kind of...
Lysol wipes.
A Lysol wipe, because they make the ones that you can put on your skin.
He wipes his face with those Clorox wipes about once a month accidentally.
Well, Sweet Denny's used to give them to me. I don't know what he thought I was going to do
They're
with them.
for cleaning the counter, but not your sensitive area around your eyes.
There's other, but they make other kind that look like that.
Totally.
What are they doing? I mean, that is dangerous. They're going to blind me.
How dare them make you read?
Well, I'm just saying, be careful.
Okay.
Sometimes things happen.
Great advice there, Jay-Bird.
You got it.
Great advice. Another piece of advice, only use credit cards for convenience, not credit. Okay. All right, somebody else saying
But
that.
you do have to build up a little bit of credit. If you don't have any credit and then you go to buy a house, you're going to be like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I don't have no credit.
This piece of advice says, always take the trip and say yes, because you never know when you can't.
That's true. Just go. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. All right. Lots of wisdom. Just spewing forth from so many people here. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, Jay-Bird is going to spew forth his wisdom. He's got his thought for the day.
It's real wise.
Is it meaty and chunky?
It's meaty. It's real wise.
All right.
Real wise.
Spew on us
I
then.
will.
Okay.
I set it up. There's no way anyone's going to like it.
You don't think it's going to go well?
He talked it up too much.
I'm sticking with it, but I talked it up way too much.
Okay. All right, so I'll come to this. Jay-Bird has got his thought for the day. Before we get to the After the Show podcast, just about 10, 15 minutes away on YouTube and also on your podcast apps. Just look for the ATS. We got it. All right, Bird, what you got for us here today?
Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart.
Oh,
the witch likes that, right?
You got to her heart,
I got to her cold.
Yeah.
Oh, it made me think of my little kids. They're little.
It made me think of Chewy.
Oh,
Rest in
damn.
peace, old friend.
Dead dog. Not an uplifter.
Well, no, it is. It's a celebration. In my heart, he was smaller.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so stop making this weird.
Yeah, all right. Leave me alone.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.